Today's video is all about brand new Viral Drugstore makeup. But my question is it brown skin approved? Hey beauties, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Denise and I love makeup. And today we are discovering affordable makeup at Ulta Beauty. I have a couple of affordable makeup items that have been making major waves on the internet. So today I'm going to test not only is a formula worth it, but most importantly, are these shade ranges inclusive for dark and deep skin tones? Let's dive right in. Not wasting any time on today, we are going to be jumping right into the NYX Make'EM Wonder foundation. I have it in two shades. In front of me, I have it in 29 Warm Pecan and 31 Maple. The Warm Pecan shade is a neutral undertone and the Maple shade is a cool undertone. This foundation, 100% right out of the gate with everything that we are looking at today. The question is it inclusive? Does it have a diverse shade range to accommodate dark and deep skin tones, brown skin in general? And this foundation most definitely does. It has a variety of different undertones, neutral, warm, and cool, and comes in 45 shades. 45 shades at the drugstore? Come on. So to get my shade match on today, I'm going to go ahead and test these out on my neck. And we'll let them dry down for a few. So that's shade number 29. And this is shade 31. Maple. You cannot judge a soft matte formula or any formula for that matter as soon as you apply it to the skin. You really need to let it dry down at least 5 minutes before you make that determination on whether or not the shade is going to match you or not. So to speed up this process, I'm going to use my little fan to dry the shades down, give it a few minutes, and we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, we are back and we are completely dried down. Which shade are you thinking? This is number 29. This is number 31 Maple. This is Warm Pecan. So from what I can see from here is Maple is pulling a little bit red. So I'm going to go ahead and rock with Warm Pecan on this particular occasion. I'm going to go ahead and give the foundation a good shake. This is a squeeze tube, so you want to be very mindful about how much of the foundation you dispense. So because it is a squeeze tube, I'm going to go ahead and apply some of the foundation on my mixing plate. I'm going to spray my face down with Fix Plus. I do already have my face prepped and primed with my usual Denise Blurring Balm powder, the universal. And let's just hydrate the face. And I always like to spray my brush just a little bit. It just helps the foundation spread, you know? So picking some up off of my mixing plate, and I'm going to start with the side that needs the most attention with my hyperpigmentation. And okay, NYX. Okay, NYX, we got coverage at how much? I want to say this is $16. Okay, NYX. Okay. Well, we definitely get coverage. I was not expecting this. I mean, is this full coverage? Make'EM Wonder. Okay, so this is a 24-hour soft matte buildable liquid foundation formulated with hyaluronic acid infused with vitamin C. This is a waterproof, transfer resistant, and sweat resistant formula. Okay. We shall see, honey. We shall see. I'm honestly shocked at how it covered up my hyperpigmentation spot there on my cheek. That was nice. And this color isn't bad at all. I always struggle when it comes to drugstore and affordable foundations getting a good color match. It's just getting a foundation color match in general with brown skin, being a black woman, dark and deep skin, whatever, is always a struggle, right? But this one, it's been ages since I tried any type of foundation or concealer as well from NYX, if I'm honest. And I'm pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. I may need to go ahead and take a trip to Ulta and shop some more affordable foundations. Let me know if you all have any recommendations on, foundations that have a good shade match if you're around my skin tone, a little lighter, a little darker. That looks really, really, really good. Oh, and my foundation brush, by the way, is a BK Beauty 116 brush. Really, really loving this one. If I'm being honest, I actually like this type of a shape over the other BK Beauty, the huge 101 brush. I don't know why. I'm just this shape kind of foundation brush kind of girl. So yeah, moving right along. We're going to be doing a lot of NYX today. This is the NYX Wonder Snatch Concealer. It's $9. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought a concealer at that price point, so I've heard good things about it. I have it in two different shades. I have it in the shade number 15, which is a neutral tan shade. And then I have it in the shade number 17, which is cinnamon. I do wish that maybe I would have went a little bit deeper, like maybe gotten the number 16 shade. This one is pretty light. I'll swatch them on the back of my hand here. So this is the shade number 15, and this is the shade number 17. I really do like this shade, but I am going to use this shade like to brighten the inner corners of my eye, if you will. This concealer comes in a total of 23 shades, and I do think that for the foundation and concealer, NYX did a good job at distributing like light, medium, and dark shades, because sometimes like a foundation or a concealer range will have like 70% of the whole shade range will be light and medium shades, and they'll just throw a few dark shades at the end, but they actually have a good shade range distribution, which is extremely important. So both the foundation and concealer to me are brown skin approved. However, just overall in general, I would like to see a few more shades in this concealer, especially if what I've heard is true. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and apply the darker shade number 17 cinnamon to the outer corner of the eye. This is a good shade. A good shade. Good shade, especially if you want like a concealer that's a little bit lighter than your skin tone, but you don't want it to be anything too crazy. This is perfect. If you are my shade twin, skin twin. Okay, so we're gonna apply her. It feels very nice, very serumy, not heavy at all. I mean, even the foundation is not heavy on my skin. This is a full coverage concealer, so very excited. Formulated in Colombia. It only has a 6-month shelf life. So let's go ahead and apply a little bit of the concealer here. All right, we'll let her dry down. So far, I have high hopes today. High hopes. Okay, so let's go ahead and blend out this concealer using my BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A506 brush, one of my favorite concealer brushes. Who am I kidding? It is my absolute #1 favorite concealer brush at this point. So let's blend her out. She's blending out extremely well. Giving coverage. Definitely giving coverage. Okay. Yeah, didn't expect this. Very beautiful. This is a beautiful, beautiful concealer. Now, not to get too caught up in the weeds, if you will, but if you did want to calculate the cost per gram on this, it's actually kind of expensive because you're getting so little product in this concealer. 0.1 ounces of product at $9. I mean, it's basically going to come up to around a regular price, you know, $30 concealer at the end of the day. But this formula is very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay. Yeah, come on, NYX. Okay, so this concealer provides up to 24 hours of wear, and it is a hydrating, full matte, full coverage concealer infused with some kind of extract that's supposed to be collagen boosting, which we love because collagen help keeps the skin tight, you know. So yeah, let's go ahead and blend out the shade number 15. You know, like a inner lighter corner on my concealer, so I typically use more than one shade of concealer, if I'm honest. So I did have this shade sitting on the skin for quite some time, but it doesn't feel drying. It's blending out beautifully. This is going to be mature skin approved, honey. If you want something matte, but you don't want something as like drying as like the Estee Lauder Double Wear. The Estee Lauder Double Wear concealer is absolutely beautiful, but this is just an example of different formulas. So the Estee Double Wear is a more drier formula. It is a full coverage matte formula. Beautiful, love it. One of my top 5 concealers at this time. But this one, it's a little bit, it's more emollient, blends out beautifully and affordable. So, you know. In this economy. Okay, so more NYX. I picked up the Wonder Snatch Loose Setting Powder. I am a setting powder snob. It's so hard for me not to use my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, but I just had to try out these new NYX product. They were calling my name. These loose setting powders, the Wonder Snatch setting powders are available in 8 shades. You're going to have 4 brightening shades and 4 regular translucent shades. I have 2 of the 4 shades here. I'm going to be using the shade Peach Posse for under the eye. And then I have this other shade, Sassy Spice, that I wanted to use to set all over my face, but I will be unable to do that on today because once I got home, I realized that it was open. So what I'm going to do is show you the shade, but she's going right back to the store because it was opened and I will not be putting it on my face. So the Sassy Spice shade is a beautiful all over the face kind of a shade if you're around my skin tone. Come on now, focus. Okay, Sassy Spice is a beautiful all over the face type of shade. This is the regular translucent shade, which is not brightening. And this Peach Posse shade is a brightening shade. I'm a little bit concerned about the Peach Posse shade. It does look a little bit light, but I want to try the powder out. We're going to roll with it. Wow. Under eyes look great. Complexion is looking great. I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit of the Peach Posse powder. I'm going to saturate my powder puff like so. I am going to distribute the powder on the puff using the palm of my hand, simply because I have swatches on the back of my hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and start from the outer corner, working my way inward with this powder. I hope to God that it's not too bright. Probably should have got a deeper shade, a different shade. I wanted to get it's a different shade, but Banana Bread, I think it is, shade, but I did not pick that one up because I just didn't want a yellow powder under the eye. Although I do think it would have looked good. Especially if the brightening effect is like bright enough. So this looks good. You guys let me know down in the comment section. I want to know what you think. Definitely looking good though. Okay, so let me gather myself because I just love it when the makeup turns out good. Okay, so let me get these swatches off the back of my hand. Eyes are set. I am thus far pleasantly surprised. As I mentioned with the NYX concealer, like for the price per gram, the same thing is going to apply when it comes to their powders as well. I did not know that NYX was a L'Oreal company. Interesting. Okay, so you're getting 0.21 ounces of product. I want to say this powder is at $16. So most loose setting powders are 1 ounce. So you do the math. You're going to be paying a $45 to $50 price point if you were to buy this 3 times over, which is the equivalent to buying a high-end setting powder. But I do love that it comes with like a little sifter and you can close it. So that's nice. And it's very small. The footprint is very small. Will be perfect in my everyday makeup bag type of a situation where I only have so much dedicated space. So we have a number of new things here to try out today. We have the Morphe Cheek Thrills. We have the new Bronze and Tone Duo. And then the Morphe Multi-Finish Face Trio Blush Trio. So let's go ahead and dive into the bronze and sculpt first, because I typically bronze, then blush whenever I'm doing my makeup. Beautiful, beautiful packaging on this. Color is also nice. This shade range is beautiful. And I wasn't expecting this. I really do like the aesthetic of the packaging. It's been a couple of weeks since I actually purchased this. So let's go back. Let's see. So this is what's considered the tan shade. This is Malibu Villa. There's 2 shades deeper than this. A rich shade in Fiji Beach and a deep shade in Rio Carnival. And I really do love that. I love it when a range of products offers many shades under me, because what I experience a lot of times is my shade is the deepest shade, and that is absolutely absurd. So the Morphe Cheek Thrills definitely get brown skin beauty approved from me for being an inclusive shade range. Love, love, love. So this is a velvet formula. It's going to come with, neutral. I love that. I love a good neutral because you get flexibility. You get to wear these shades with a variety of different products, neutral, cool, warm, whatever. So I want to just take a little bit of the sculpting cream. This is the sculpting cream shade, not too deep. I'm not impressed with the cream. But I guess she's getting the job done. Okay. This is a Morphe M243 cream and liquid contour brush, by the way. Absolutely love this brush for sculpting the face, for sure. Okay, so I wasn't impressed with the swatch of this cream, but she's doing something. But it's subtle, which is good. Everything doesn't need to be wham, bam, all the time. I'm very impressed with what the drugstore, what affordable makeup is doing as far as providing inclusive shade ranges. That is extremely important to me. I just don't want to try on blushes and bronzers and things like that for you all. And it be my shade is a deeper shade. I think that's crazy. In 2026, yeah, that's crazy. Very impressed with you, Morphe and NYX so far. Okay, I could probably do a better job blending this. Just giving the face some shape. This is a Sonia G Classic Base. I just want to blend out the harsh lines as I go. The cream is not a fast drying formula at all. You definitely have time to work. For sure. And I do love that. I love that you have time to work. So what I'm most excited about is the actual powder bronzer. I'm going to apply the bronzer with my Angie Hot and Flashy from BK Beauty. This is a A507 brush. Love this brush. Okay, so this is a velvet matte formula. I get a little bit of kick up in the pan. Nothing too crazy. And this is what the shade looks like. Let's see. Okay. She's building. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to my temple area along my hairline. And we are definitely getting some color payoff for sure. However, it looks red. Chime in down below. Let me know what you're thinking of this bronzer shade, because I really won't know until I get this video onto my computer and look at it to like really see what it looks like. This powder formula is pigmented. It isn't the most pigmented bronzer that I've ever worked with, but pigmented nonetheless. So the shade range is going to work for many different deep and dark skin tones for sure. Okay. Starting to look like a vacation. I'll be honest, I could probably do without the cream and just give me the bronzer, the powder bronzer portion of this. I'm liking it. I am liking it. Okay. So Morphe dropped, I want to say this may be limited edition, but the color story spoke to me because I am a lover of orange blush. Okay. And this is called Yacht. Oh, this is called Yacht Day. And look at how stunning of a color story this is. I love that the creams in here come covered. I'm going to swatch them for you because I wasn't too much of a fan of the cream in the bronzer palette. I am not going to apply them to my face. So I do want you to see the shades though.
Real quick, this was a limited edition and is no longer available. However, you can get the shade Poolside Spritz, which has very similar orangey terracotta shades.
Okay, so this is the powder blush, beautiful muted orange blush, and this is the cream, looks like a terracotta type of a cream color, and this is actually extremely beautiful. I might just have to pop a little bit of that on my cheekbone. That's pretty. I'm gonna use my Sephora collection angled blush brush number 93, and I am gonna pick up some of that beautiful blush. It has a little bit of gold reflect in it. Tasteful. This is what she looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty. Orange on brown skin, girl. Yes, please. I am looking very bronzy today, and I'm loving it. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Peach Posse powder on my little puff, and I just want to reverse contour a bit because I just want my cheekbones to just pop a little bit, you know? That's all that does. Nothing too dramatic. Okay, okay. Okay. So this isn't new or drugstore, but I do need to set all over my face. I'm just going to use the same puff that I've been using for my loose powder. This is my Makeup Forever HD Skin powder. I'm just going to pick up some, not too much, distribute using the palm of my hand, and set the face. I'm going to go over my blush and bronzer, bringing it down the neck because I did put foundation down the neck. I think it's looking good. I do. I really think it's looking good. Okay, fam, I'm back. I had to hop off camera and put on an eye and a lip to run that down very quickly on the eyes. I just put the bronzer that I use on the day in my crease. And this is the reason why I didn't do lips and eyes on camera, obviously, is because it's not new and affordable makeup. Okay. But friends, this new Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize eyeshadow stick, it's going to be linked down below as everything else will. And also the pop-ups on the screen, YouTube shopping. You can shop through there to support the channel if you would like to. But this is on the lids. Absolutely stunning. More information coming on those a little bit later. The lip is going to be linked down in the description bar. It's going to be some of my favorites, you know, from Hung Van Gogh and a few others. So check that out if you are interested in the lip combo. Now, finally, today we have some powder, a finishing powder. And Milani continues to impress me, okay? These are the new Milani Baked Blurring Finishing Powders. I have 3 different shades that I picked up. But these are the shades 170 and 180, and that's the ones that we're going to be looking at on today. More information on these are going to be coming in a later video as well. So this is the shade Tan Deep, and this is the shade Deep. These are absolutely beautiful. I've had a chance to play with these already off camera. Absolutely stunning. Shade range is chef's kiss. 10 out of 10. Woman of color, brown skin person, dark skin person, they have a powder for you. I love a good finishing powder. It just helps melt everything together. It gives a face some cohesiveness. Whenever I'm doing a finishing powder, it doesn't necessarily have to be a natural fiber hair brush like a goat hair, squirrel hair, pony hair, for example. It can be a synthetic brush, but the synthetic brush has to be large, a very large dome type of brush. I want to say this is more of a bronzer brush, but one big and fluffy like this, that's what you should use for finishing your face always, because you don't want to move your makeup around. It needs to glide. It needs to glide over the face. So this is one of my absolute favorites. This is a handmade Japanese powder brush. This is from Sonia G. This is the Face Pro. Absolutely love this brush. This is the only one that I have. I need at least 2 more. But anyway, we're going to be finishing the face with the shade Tan Deep 170. It's light, but as I mentioned before, a finishing powder is not going to give you a lot of color payoff. It's going to be a very light color payoff. This is appropriate for my skin tone, or if you're around this skin tone, this color is appropriate. So we're just going to finish the face. This is going to help blur lines of demarcation. You don't want to use much of a pressing motion. You just want to just glide over the face. This powder is absolutely beautiful. It is beautiful. Okay? It is beautiful. If you ever wanted to try out a finishing powder does not set the face. Unless you have extremely, I'm talking about desert dry skin, then yes, use it to set your face. But other than that, this is a finishing powder. We'll talk about the difference between finishing and setting powders in a different video, but the Milani blurring finishing powders are absolutely stunning. The shade range, dare I say, everything with the exception of the NYX concealer range is 10 out of 10 when it comes to shade range for deep and dark skin tones. And I'm pleasantly surprised and very happy with everything that I tried out in today's video. So we're going to be doing more of a wear test and all of that on the foundation in a different video. But so far, I'm just beyond impressed. This complexion looks extremely flawless today, and you can get it at a affordable price if you need it to, and I really love that. And you know, the drugstore has not always been favorable to brown skin, but what I have here today, it's definitely getting the job done. Comment down below. I want to know which of the products that I tried out today excited you the most, and which ones that you think were the absolute most flawless. I want to know. And if you love a good flawless foundation routine, you're going to want to check out this matte step-by-step complexion routine that I made, and I'll see you over there. Bye.